Arizona Stadium, home sweet home for Wildcat Nation on Saturdays this fall. The traditions and tailgating run deep. The victories roar louder. And you can't get energy like this sitting on your couch. Don't wait. Get up and get in the game. Lock in your Arizona football seats today because every seat is a front row to greatness. Call 621-CATS or visit ArizonaWildcats.com/FB. Bear down. Go Cats.
Do you often worry you left your garage door open? With the LiftMaster Garage Door Opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
Cheers to a great day and this ice-cold Corona.
You know what would make this day even better? My grandma's carne asada.
Or your grandma here with us, making carne asada.
She does love a cold Corona.
Throw in some dancing.
Oh, we can watch the game.
I'll drink to that.
So a backyard concert with football, food, dancing, and Corona?
And your grandma.
Or we could keep it simple.
Simple is good. Want a Corona?
Thanks. Salud to the perfect day.
Corona, la vida más fina. Get your Corona at ordercorona.com. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Import, Chicago, Illinois.
If your AC is over 10 years old and you're dreading the inevitable replacement, fret no more. This month, Parker & Sons has state-of-the-art, high-efficiency heating and AC systems for $99 a month. That's just $3 a day. Wow.
$3 a day. That's less than a fast food cheeseburger.
$3 a day? I pay way more than that for a gallon of gas.
And with a yearly utility savings as much as $1,000, it pays to act now. Call Parker today at 520-2, then REPAIR. Parker & Sons. We're not your average Joe.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. We're deeply invested in our communities, supporting local charities and initiatives that uplift those in need. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust. Service you can count on.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now, but I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SCORE for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SCORE for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SCORE.
Bear down, Wildcat Nation.
Our window depot coverage of U of A football continues.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. A full wrap-up on today's Wildcats contest. Top takeaways, reaction from the players and head coach Brett Brennan, plus your thoughts on what you saw. The postgame show is brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. This is your home for Arizona football. Wildcats Radio 1290.
The scrimmage again is the 23. And for Kansas State, their deep man here, Dylan Edwards, standing about his own 21. Here's the punt. And it's not a long one, but it takes an Arizona bounce, and it's grabbed and taken. It's around the left-hand side. Looks to turn the corner at the 50, down the far near sideline to the 30, 25-20, 15-10-5. Touchdown, Kansas State. Dylan Edwards returns it. He's got that kind of speed. He needed a seam. He found it down the near sideline. Nobody could catch him.
He did, and that was not the punt that Arizona wanted. The punt was low, and it got there early. Really allowed their return to set up, and that's a game changer right there.
So Kansas State takes a 13-7 lead. 71 yards on the punt return for the former Colorado Buffalo who played against Arizona last year in Boulder.
All right, well, that wasn't real pretty. Not pretty in the least in Manhattan, Kansas tonight. The win streak comes to an end. 9 games. It was great while it lasted, but, man, things started nicely tonight. The Arizona Wildcats go down and score on their opening drive, looking like they've returned offensively. I mean, that was about as good a drive as we've seen in a while for the Arizona Wildcats to start this game. 14 plays, 73 yards, 7.5 minutes. Whew. Passing it, running it, blocking it, and then it all went to crap from there. 31-7, the final, as Kansas State ends the winning streak for the Arizona Wildcats at 9 games. All right, we want to hear from you. We'll take you to about, 11 o'clock tonight. That was the schedule. Got the show a little bit earlier than we thought we would, but we'll take you to 11. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We'll take you longer than that if you want to talk about this game and where this team is heading into the bye week. Next week is an off week. They'll find out probably Sunday, maybe Monday, what time they'll play the Utah Utes 2 weeks from tomorrow in Salt Lake City. But until that time, it's a chance to reset and hopefully revamp, because right now this offense is not happening for Arizona. I'm joined by Kelvin Ifan and Glenn Howe. Fellas, your thoughts on this one?
Well, one of my keys was we had to run the ball, and we did not run the ball. We needed to run the ball. That was a key thing that I thought if we could have ran the ball, it would have been a lot. It would have been a lot different. And I think Noah was just not on tonight. He missed a couple guys at interception. He throws it like, Kelvin texted, if he throws it on a rope, that one's right there. There's a couple missed throws. He just wasn't on tonight. And we're going to have those. He's going to have those nights. They're not going to be on all the time. But I think it helps him if you can run the ball. I thought we were going to be able to run the ball because we were playing smash mouth football. Yeah. That first drive was smash mouth football. I thought this is what it's going to be all night. Right. We got confidence. We could run the ball, and it just disappeared.
Yeah, man. It was tough. I mean, I think of Coach Tomey in times like this, and he say, "We just got kicked. We got kicked. Got our butt kicked as a coaching staff, the players." Undisciplined team in the first half. I thought in the second half they did a better job of not having so many penalties, drive-killing penalties. But in that first half, they gave Kansas State the energy that they needed to feel like they can win that game with the mistakes that we were making. And I just felt like it was just tough all the way around. The defense couldn't get off the field. Quarterback running all over the place. Yeah. And with all that being said, Kansas State was supposed to win.
Yeah.
They were the higher-ranked team for a reason. They were 14th in the nation, right? Am I wrong about that? And they may be underranked.
Yeah.
That team looked like a top 10 team in the nation to me. And Arizona helped them with that, But I just feel like at the end of the day, we have to play better. I didn't think, I seen a couple things about the play call, and the play call was working pretty good in that first drive.
I'm telling you.
It was working pretty good in that first drive.
Everybody wants to throw the OC under the bus.
Yeah, it was working pretty good in that first drive. But, what happens is, again, you don't convert on third down. We had another issue with that, 5 of 14. That's tough if you can't, get that rhythm going and have that type of drive that you had in that first drive because you was, moving the chains.
And the other thing, this is the third game in a row. We did not set the edge.
Oh man,
that was just killing us.
Yeah,
setting
and
the
it was
edge.
everybody. It's everybody. It's Trey Smith. It's Sterling Lane.
Yep.
It's Lance Kennelly shuffling down the line and then letting the quarterback go outside of him. I mean, it is a defensive end wide problem. Right
and there was a couple of times when you're setting the edge, you're rushing the edge. If you go inside, if you just stay to the outside, the quarterback sacked from the other side.
Yeah.
And we gave that up. We could have had like 3 or 4 sacks, but we didn't stay our outside contained. We didn't stay, and he gets outside and he makes the play.
I'm gonna tell you something though, guys. I think even if our guys did have outside contained, I think this kid was too good of an athlete. I don't think they would have been able to tackle him today.
Yeah, I think a couple of times that we rushed him, and he was coming on the outside. And if he would have just stayed on the outside, like he was the outside guy contained, and if you have an elusive quarterback, you don't let him get on the outside.
Yeah, you got to get to him early.
The backside would have sacked him.
Yeah,
the backside would have sacked him. I think it was 3 times that I counted, and we just got to get more discipline.
All right, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. The Arizona Wildcats lose by a score of 31-7 to the Kansas State Jayhawks. Not Jayhawks, Wildcats. It was a bad night for the Jayhawks. They were winning, and then they lost to UNLV. We talked about UNLV in the pregame show. Man, they are back. I don't know if they're back. They're here because I don't know if they were ever here before. But a great win for them on the road for UNLV. Let's go to our first caller of the night and talk to John. John, you're on Wildcats Radio 1290, Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day postgame show.
Good evening, guys. You have a great show. Religiously, my wife Lila and I listen to your show all the time, basketball, football, first and foremost. You do it really professionally. It's just good. It's good jocularity, and I love it so much. But secondarily, I thought team speed tonight in that game. K-State was a faster team. And last but not least, it's kind of like in basketball, a guy scores 28 a game. You're going to go, okay, I'll give you the 28, and this is T-Mac. And then we're going to shut the rest of your crap down. And I just don't think, I just don't think they made the halftime adjustments they needed to make, and I'll leave you with the rest of it. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, John. Thank you for calling. This was the first game that they did not make the second half adjustments. I thought they had done that in the first 2 games and come out and really set the pace. But he's right. This was the first game where Kansas State came out and they owned that third quarter, and that was the difference in the ballgame.
And another thing is that I think the reason why we looked slow is because we just left out open field because we didn't have contain. It just looked like he was so much faster because he had open lanes all over the place. So that's what I think. I don't think that we're slow. I just think that we're not disciplined and cutting off those lanes.
Yeah, they weren't thinking. They were thinking instead of reacting.
Yes, exactly. Right. So I don't think that and it appeared to be. It appeared to be that we were slow. It did, because and that's the second comment I've heard from somebody that said that we appeared to be slow. So
and I'll say this, I feel like that in the second half, I feel like the only thing we could have did adjustment-wise was maybe get a couple trades. And you can't trade in the middle of a game, so I'm being sarcastic here. It just was, a better team. I thought our guys could have played better, but I just think at home, that's a tough team to beat. They were ranked 14 in the nation for a reason. I just said that, and I think they were better than that. I think when you're watching the discipline, what they had, 1 penalty?
Yeah.
But they had 1 penalty for the whole game?
Yeah, they had 2 penalties.
Right, and then you're playing 3 levels. We didn't mention before the game, but Kansas State is known. I think DK did, but they're known for special teams, so not surprised the big touchdown, that they had on the special teams play. But, all 3 phases of the game, plus coaching, I'm going to put 4 in there. They just kicked our butt.
Yeah, and I've been saying since the fall camp, when I used to go to fall camp when I was watching special teams, I don't get the concept of having 3 big guys as the protectors.
And
on the punt.
And even worse, they're the safeties, right?
Yeah.
Because they're not really running downfield.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying, DK? They're not really running downfield, so they're basically your safeties, and usually your safeties are your faster guys.
Yeah, and I usually you're having linebackers and tight ends that are the ones that are the protectors, the punt protectors. So I think that showed a real lack of speed when we saw the guys running down. Coming down trying to cover the kick returner.
And I'll say this: the injuries that the guys that we have missing, and the injuries that happen in the game, it's definitely starting to hurt us. We're missing key guys all over the place that are on the sidelines, looking at the game instead of out there performing for us there.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to get our first break of the night in here. We're going to come back. We will talk more about this 31-7 loss for Arizona football at Kansas State, the end of the 9-game winning streak for the Wildcats. This is Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. Much more still to come. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Our Window Depot postgame coverage of Arizona football is just getting started. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. The postgame show is brought to you by Dave & Buster's Tucson, Desert Diamond Casinos, Dorado Rock, First Chiropractic, Goodfellas AC, Humane Society of Southern Arizona, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, Restaurant Supply Store, Royal GMC Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, the Polston Results Team with Keller Williams Southern Arizona, the Window Depot, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. If you're driving right now, you may not be thinking about your tires, but chances are they've been tested before. Like that time you swerved to avoid the stray shopping cart that rolled into the street from nowhere? At Jack Furrier's, we've helped Arizona drivers navigate these extreme moments for over 60 years with the right tires. And right now, we've got more rebates and savings than ever. Now's the time to buy. Check out jackfurriers.com for all the details. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, here to get you there.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Kia, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Kia, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus or royalkia.com.
Make Dave & Buster's a part of your weekly rituals. Military Monday, get extra gameplay on your card. Tuesday night is Trivia Night with great prizes. Thursday is extra credit with student discounts on gameplay after 9 p.m. Stop in Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for lunch specials. Want more? Rewards members will get an extra 100 chips with the purchase of 100 chips and Sunday sips for hospitality workers. Full and quick service restaurants, hotels, and amusement parks. Discounted beverages and apps after 9 p.m. only at Dave & Buster's.
Day in and day out, we're inundated with commercials asking to review your portfolio or telling you to get a second opinion. This is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management, and I want to share the advice I give people every day. Talk to 3 different advisors at 3 different firms. It's important to understand their differences and find someone you can trust. I want Meridian to be one of your 3, and then you will decide who is best for you. To learn more, call us at 719-1433 today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's a bustling entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and 2-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit kaisergarage.com to learn more.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 35 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees. Bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including Tucson and Sierra Vista, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 2,200 5-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after an accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm 4 years in a row tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE-EAGLE.
Go Wildcats! As a new season starts, the Tucson Police Department bears down with the Tucson community. We are looking to build our team, and we need you. Interested in joining our starting lineup? Visit jointucsonpd.org. Join our team and score a great career. From our commissioned officers to our professional staff, Tucson Police Department proudly stands behind the Arizona Wildcats. Bear down and apply today at jointucsonpd.org.
For 100 years, O'Reilly Chevrolet has been part of the fabric of Tucson, just as our Chevy trucks are part of the fabric of America. With that in mind, we're proud to announce it's officially truck season. And this year we have Motor Trend's Truck of the Year, the all-new Chevy Colorado. Test drive your new Chevy truck on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or check out our entire lineup at O'Reilly.com. Don't miss truck season, going on now at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. We are the only sports station that brings you the Tommy Lloyd Radio Show, live coverage of his press conferences, and men's basketball play-by-play. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Joel McHale, live.
It was colder in Winnipeg than it was on Mars. What did the people of Winnipeg do when it was colder there than Mars differently? Nothing. They sent their kids to school. They were just like, run!
As seen on Netflix. Friday, October 18th, 8 p.m. Diamond Center at Desert Diamond Casino Sahuarita. Tickets on sale now at the Reward Center or online at etix.com. Don't miss Joel McHale live.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard, the driveway needs filling in, or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now back to your hosts, David Kelly, the tight end Glenn Howell, and the captain, Kelvin Ifan.
Our eye again. Luke in. Fullback Conley, tailback, staggered set. Fafita under center on first and goal. Here's the snap, hand off to Conley, and he dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Beautiful drive by Arizona, very dominant. Fafita was pretty clean on that drive. I mean, they dominated on that. They did everything that they wanted to do. They ran it, they threw it accurately. You got to be excited if you're an Arizona fan right now.
That was a thing of beauty on the road to take your opening drive and just march down the field. And even with a couple of lost plays, they were able to bounce back.
I think we were all excited after that opening drive. Again, 14 plays, 7.5 minutes was the drive for the Arizona Wildcats. Quali Conley with the touchdown. He had rushing touchdowns last week and one tonight. He finished with 48 yards on the ground, 14 carries for 48 yards. Noah Fafita, 26 of 42, 268 yards, no touchdowns, one interception, took one sack. Tetsuo McMillan, 11 catches, 138 yards. But again, it got to the point where it looked like that was all Arizona could do tonight was Noah Fafita throwing the ball to Tetsuo McMillan and not a whole lot else. And again, the penalties rearing their ugly head as they had in the first two ball games, not showing a lot of discipline, this team. And that is something that has really got to be corrected quickly. 9 more penalties for 74 yards tonight for the Arizona Wildcats. There was a lot of holding. It's kind of like what we were saying about setting the edge. It was everybody. Jonah got called for holding. Wendell got called for holding. Rhino, great to see him back.
Yeah.
There, but he got called for holding.
And let me speak to that. I was texting with a friend and he was basically saying the coaches. And Coach told me used to always say this, whatever the coaches allow, whatever your coaching is, how you say that?
Yeah, whatever you're doing is the coaches allowing it to happen.
Yeah. So, but what I said was these were all the leaders and the veterans that are making these plays, that are making these penalties. These are not new guys. These are guys that were a part of the 10 wins. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
So I just think they just got to get it together. I don't necessarily think that's coaching mistakes.
Yeah.
I think this coaching staff is coming into a new home, a new family, and I think they're being. I think you have to be a little sensitive to the. When you're coming in with the new guys. I mean, how much yelling do you want to do with some new guys that you just got? You're trying to build some type of chemistry with them, but with that, sometimes I think guys kind of. Get a little loose, and I think that's some of what's happening right there in those situations.
And just like we talked off air just a couple seconds ago, is talking about maybe this is hopefully it's a wake-up call. Mm-hmm. It's a wake-up call for these guys to understand, man, we can't make mistakes. We are not good enough to make those kind of mistakes. We can't make those mistakes that kill drives, that do, we will not be able to win football games. And if they can understand that and make those adjustments, then we're going to see in 2 weeks how that goes. And, like I was telling Kelvin, is that, Noah was off a little bit tonight. He just wasn't throwing the ball. It just seemed like he was just about a second or a couple seconds off today. And, and that happens to everybody has an off day. You just can't have two in a row. That's what I say. You just can't have two in a row. All right, so hopefully they're going to get their stuff together. They're going to have a whole week. They almost have a week and a half, 2 weeks and a half, to get ready to get ready for a serious football game in Utah.
And I just want to say this one more thing. I always tell kids all the time, it takes a butt whooping to know how to give one, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like that was a great example today of how to play team football. And with the way that Kansas State played today, I mean, the quarterback was outstanding, but everybody else was pretty, regular and played together as a team. The running back, that my pest of the game, he was pretty pesty, right? But besides that, it was just a total team effort. Guys not making mistakes, people being where they supposed to be, gang tackling, and so the guys could look at that film. They should go back and look at this whole game and watch the way that Kansas State did this as a team, and take some of that and understand that's the way you win, games like this.
And also we got to look at. There was a lot of plays that they had that they almost were in our huddle. And I don't know if that's because of they were given that formation up and they were running out of that formation, those kind of plays. They had some better scouting on us because a lot of those plays looked like they were in our huddle on the offensive side of the ball. So we got to clean that up. That's going to be something that our Coach Baber, is going to have to look at, and all the other guys on offense of how they're doing that. So we got to be able to all look at this whole thing and try to get better because, the next couple of weeks are going to be tough.
And I just add this last thing. Well, it's because we were being one-dimensional.
Yeah.
So it's not hard to look into you. It's not hard to look into into your backfield or in your playbook if all you're doing is passing.
Yeah.
520-848-1290. Kelvin mentioned his pest was DJ Giddens, 17 carries, 86 yards. He had a touchdown. The Kansas State, keep wanting to call them Jayhawks, the Wildcats ran the ball at almost a 6-yard per carry clip between Giddens, Edwards, and Johnson on the ball game. A.V. Johnson, the quarterback, who led them in rushing with 110 yards in the contest at almost 6.5 yards per clip. All right, let's go back to the phones, and we'll talk to our guy, Doug. You are on the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, guys. Good to talk to you, man. It's not a fun way to kick off a sports weekend for sure. You guys have already covered so much good ground here, but we could probably spend 3 hours listing about 100 other things that are frustrating from this one. But I mean, when we talk about the play calling in general, I thought that we tried to mix up the run and the pass pretty well, especially in the first half. My biggest beef with play calling so far this year is that when we're in those short yardage situations on a third down or even a fourth down, we're trying some pretty risky stuff. Last week we got bailed out on a PI call when we needed 4th and 3 or something, and we threw a bomb into the end zone to T-Mac, and fortunately he drew the flag. But if that drops to the ground, it turns the ball over, and maybe you lose that game. And then today, we had third down and fourth down situations where I just didn't like our judgment. I don't know if it's a play call or the quarterback's making, kind of rough decisions on the spot. The one where he was trying to go to the tight end for short yardage, I kind of like that look, but K-State just played it really well. So those are the play calls that I'm unhappy with. But even when we did try to run the ball, I mean, you look at those stats, 6.5 or whatever average for K-State versus 0.4 for us. That's 16 times more effective on the run each time you hand off the ball. That's a huge disparity. That shouldn't happen for two ranked teams against each other,
Absolutely. And I think a lot of their run plays, we got beat on the edge again for the run plays. Not only just the quarterback on the getting on the outside, is on the run plays. Mm-hmm. We just got taken inside. We didn't take our reads, do our reads, and play the football. It was just not good.
We were getting completely fooled on the RPO or the misdirection stuff in the backfield. And I hate to say it, but even our captain Jacob Manu, he just kept getting caught trying to go with the running back when the quarterback was keeping it.
Yep.
And the scouting report has got to be this is a running quarterback, and the guy went off for over 100 yards rushing. I mean.
And that only happened, but that only happened, and this is what's tough when you play against these type of RPO offenses. When you have a dynamic runner at the quarterback position, is this. Manu was chasing DJ because if you let DJ go, it's over. Yeah. He's going to kill you. So what happened is they basically had what we call a two-way go. The running back was going, and if you go with the running back, the quarterback took it out, and he had a bunch of yards. So they were just in a tough situation tonight, and I think it had a lot to do with the guys that were on the sideline. I'm not giving them no excuse, but it's some good players that's standing over there from the defensive side of the ball that's on the sideline right now that usually would be in that box making plays.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just feel like your linebacker in the center, in the heart of the defense, shouldn't be relied upon to try to cover the edges.
Oh, never.
He needs to keep the quarterback honest right there in the smack dab heart of the field. And
he has the running back. He has the running back. So the time you seen him going with the running back, that's his job. The defensive end, his job is the quarterback. But I think a lot of times I would rather have a linebacker on that guy because he's too athletic for the defensive ends. I just don't think 290-pound guy is going to tackle that kid Johnson.
Yeah.
I think he's too elusive, and I think he's too quick.
But we knew that. We knew that going in. So why didn't we scheme for that?
Well, you don't know that until you play. Now, I think once the game was going on, I think there was some adjustments that needed to be made. But I think you're not hearing me again. I think the guys that they needed to make some of those adjustments were on the sideline.
Johnson, Trading Stooks,
Madano.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're only good as the players on your roster. That's true.
Yeah,
I mean,
on the field.
on the field, not the roster. Correct. Speaking of which, like last week we had a backup punter. I think he might have been a walk-on, and to me he had the play of the game. I called in last week and said that when he pinned NAU down inside the 1-yard line, that flipped the game. I don't understand why we had to have Tyler Luke kicking punts tonight. Do you guys know the story on that?
I'm not sure. That's the third. That's 3 different punters in 3 games now. I know they were using Tyler Luke during the spring, but it seemed like they'd gone away from that to start the fall because they were pretty comfortable with Forbes and Salgado Medina, and then Salgado Medina won the battle out of fall camp, but then they went to Forbes last week, who, like, I agree with you, Doug. I thought he punted it pretty well, so I'm not sure why they went back to Tyler Luke today.
Is he a redshirt, Forbes? Because maybe he's not allowed to travel for road trips or something like that.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know that would be a reason, though.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
I don't want to be that guy who's whining about the refs, but I will say, I mean, a lot of the penalties were self-inflicted, and you can't dispute them. But how many times have we seen block in the back called on punt returns and kickoff returns?
Oh, man.
In the
That
last 20 years. I've seen 500 block in the back calls, and probably half of them were not as severe as the one that they didn't call on that touchdown.
Yeah, I thought that should have been a flag myself.
That's a game turner. I mean, that's completely flipping the game right there. I mean, maybe they would have turned it into an 80-yard, possession, a drive anyway. But
let them try.
Let them try. That was a gut punch right there. And then on their first possession, Kansas State got what I think is a very favorable spot of the ball on fourth down when they went for it.
They didn't make that either. I don't think they made that either.
Oh yeah, no.
And then the guy he spotted the ball at the 36, which is just comical. I mean, I don't think he made the 35. So, I mean, again, I don't want to be a whiner, but it just seemed like a couple of – I mean, you don't need too many big calls to go against you on the road for it to feel like a really big impact. Right. And those two right there were enormous.
And you don't expect to get neither.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I was just saying you don't expect to get
That's good observation. Hey, I thought the same way, Doug. I thought that, the block in the back and also the fourth down – my wife came into the room, said, what happened? I said, I'm screaming at the television because there's no way that he made it. I didn't think he made it. Because Manu hit him, and then fell off, and then the other guys came in and put him back, and he didn't ever cross that line.
He never crossed the line. It's kind of the opposite of what happened with us with Jaden DeLora at Mississippi State last year, where I think he did get the mark, and then they said he didn't, and that was that. Anyway, the penalties are killing us. Just so many things going wrong. But hopefully with the bye week, it'll give this new coaching staff a chance to kind of everyone catch their breath, look at a whole lot of tape, get some guys healthy. And it's just a non-conference loss, so we're still 0-0 in the Big 12. And
that's the most important thing, Doug.
Yeah,
that's the most important thing. It doesn't really count anyway. This loss tonight. Hey, brother, we appreciate you calling, man.
Thanks,
sure.
Doug. Always a great
Thanks
call.
as always. All right, let's get another break in here. We'll come back. We'll take more of your calls. 31-7, the final in favor of the Kansas State Wildcats over the Arizona Wildcats. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Come out to Dave & Buster's, the best place outside of the stadium to see the games this football season. Monday and Thursday, get all-you-can-eat wings with game card for $19.99. Sunday, get in on the chance to win a big game watch party at Dave & Buster's in front of the big screen, plus other big prizes and weekly winners. Join them now through October 22nd, all day, every day. They'll be offering $5 22-ounce drafts only at Dave & Buster's. Make Dave & Buster's your place to watch the games.
Honey, our yard's full of weeds. Looks like a jungle and the neighbors are complaining.
I know. I'm trying to get rid of them, but the product I'm using, it doesn't work.
Oh.
Not to mention, I don't have the time.
But it's not just weeds.
Not?
No, I'm seeing ants.
Ants?
Yeah, and spiders.
Ooh, spiders.
I know, and I think I saw a scorpion.
No way.
Yes way, and there's a pack rat in our garage.
Ew. Okay, I'll call University Termite and Pest Control today. We'll get rid of all of them.
Okay, honey, thank you.
University Termite and Pest Control, locally owned. Find them online at bepestfree.com.
For 100 years, O'Reilly Chevrolet has been part of the fabric of Tucson, just as our Chevy trucks are part of the fabric of America. With that in mind, we're proud to announce it's officially truck season. And this year we have Motor Trend's Truck of the Year, the all-new Chevy Colorado. Test drive your new Chevy truck on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or check out our entire lineup at O'Reilly.com. Don't miss truck season, going on now at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. 6 model homes are now open to tour at Del Webb at Rockin' K. Here, life is about more than just beautiful homes. It's about the experiences waiting outside your front door at this new 55-plus active adult neighborhood. LiveRockingK.com. Designed by nature. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
The Window Depot has everything you need to create the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams. Browse the aisles of in-stock cabinets available in a variety of sizes and configurations and instantly elevate your space today. Visit a showroom and let our experts guide you. Whether you're choosing from ready-to-go designs or creating a custom masterpiece, we can help you select the perfect wood type, color, and style. And top it off with unique hardware to complete your look. Find a location near you at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot. More than a window store.
Do you trust those in charge of your financial future? Trust is founded on 3 core principles: competence, honesty, and benevolence. Those making decisions about your financial future should always place your best interest ahead of their own. I'm Natalie Fernandez-Lee, and at Meridian Wealth Management, fostering trusted relationships with our clients is our top priority. Call us at 719-1433 or visit meridianwealthllc.com to learn more today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Joel McHale, live. It was colder in Winnipeg than it was on Mars. What did the people of Winnipeg do when it was colder there than Mars differently? Nothing. They sent their kids to school. They were just like, run! As seen on Netflix. Friday, October 18th, 8 p.m. Diamond Center at Desert Diamond Casino Sahuarita. Tickets on sale now at the Reward Center or online at etix.com. Don't miss Joel McHale, live.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
First Chiropractic offers military discounts to retired and disabled veterans. And they now accept patients with Access Insurance. For more information and to find the location nearest you, visit firstchiro.com, the most trusted name in chiropractic care.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now back to your hosts, David Kelly, the tight end Glenn Howell, and the captain, Kelvin Ifan.
Edwards to the left of Johnson in the backfield. Trips right, single man left on the short side of the field. Johnson taking the snap count from the shotgun. Again, a long snap count. Arizona not jumping. Now takes the snap, back to throw, rolling to the right now, being chased. Throws it on the run, and it's caught over the 40 to the 50, breaking free. Midfield down to the Arizona 40, still alive at the 35 to the 30, and finally tackled. Big play when Kansas State absolutely had it, needed it. Jace Brown gets loose, and the yards after catch the difference. It'll be first down Kansas State inside the Arizona 30 at the 27.
Yeah,
that was one of the
play
biggest
that really
plays,
put Arizona defense on an island. They came with pressure, and the pressure didn't get there. And that's, again, a testament to Avery Johnson's legs. Got outside, extended the play, and found an open receiver.
48 yards to Jace Brown.
48 yards on a 3rd and 12.
Yeah, that killed us.
Yeah, that was big. Jace Brown, 3 catches, 60 yards. The most of them came on that one play there, as he was the leading receiver for Kansas State. Avery Johnson passing the ball tonight, 14 of 23. Nothing like that really jumped out at you. He made some decent throws. He got sacked 3 times in the ball game, but he did have a couple of touchdowns. And again, talking about the guys Kelvin was mentioning, that there's guys not on the field. We had talked about Owen Goss in the pregame. He had to come into the game last week because Dalton Johnson went down, was in the game again today. And on that first drive of the third quarter, he got beat twice, then including on the touchdown pass there that they got later on in that drive to really extend their lead at that point to 21-7. That was the touchdown that went to Lofton, one of his 3 catches for 45 yards on the ball game, and the Wildcats fall 31-7. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. We're going to go back to the phones, and we are going to talk to Phil. You're on Wildcats Radio 1290, the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday postgame show.
Hey, thanks for letting me talk. I appreciate your show. Agree with much you say, disagree with some. I've heard you tonight say that Kansas State's probably a top 10 team. Well, I'm from Kansas, and I follow Kansas State. I don't know if you know this. They played Tulane last week. Not Georgia, not Alabama, but Tulane.
Mm-hmm.
And were behind after 3 quarters. They ended up winning by 4 points. Tulane. That doesn't sound like a top 10 team to me. And also, let me say, no, everybody seems to kind of forget what happened last week. We played that powerhouse NAU, and they were beating us to death into the second half. Yes, we won, but what does that mean? To me, that's like playing basically a junior college team. They're terrible, and we had all kinds of problems. And I will make one comment. I know I sound negative. I'm not. I'm a many-year fan, but I'm so disappointed. I'll make another comment. It's not the block in the back or whatever. You ever notice that whenever you get massacred, the first thing people say is, "Oh, we got homered. We got all the penalties were against us. They shouldn't have been." Nobody ever says that if you win the game. It's always when you lose. Fellas, I appreciate what you say. In my opinion, I may not have the experience you do. I believe at this point, today, this moment, we're a very poor football team. Yes, I hope it can get better, but I've never heard of anybody learning anything from losing, frankly. Thank you for asking.
All right.
Thanks for the call.
That is Phil. We appreciate you checking in, Phil. Good thoughts there. Good takes for sure. You guys believe that this is a poor football team?
No, I don't believe it's a poor football team. I think that we just got to find our way. And like I said in the pregame show, I didn't see a lot of aggressiveness. How we can't say the word on the
Your favorite P word again?
Yeah, the P word. We didn't have any of those.
Nice guys.
We had some nice guys out there today. We got to find that edge like we had last year. We had some guys that had some edge on them. We need to find those guys. Those guys need to come back, and they're on the team, but we haven't seen them yet. I just think that we need to be getting that mindset. I just don't think that we were physical enough tonight. I think that we need to just get a little bit better, and I think we're not a bad team. We're a good team. We can get better. There's plenty of room.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I think that we're a team that has a new coach, new offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. I mean, even though Coach Aquino was around last year, but he wasn't the defensive coordinator. So, we have some new pieces that are all coming together and still trying to figure each other out. I frankly feel that coming to a new situation with a quarterback that came back and a receiver that's all world, I think as a coach, you have to figure out how do you work that in and still win, right? Like, how do you let them still play and have their freedom and everybody love them and, they're basically in control of the team. How do you do that? Plus make sure that you're running an offense that is, the type of offense that's going to help you, win the games or whatnot.
Make everybody accountable. Accountable.
Yeah, so I just think that losing this game sucked, but I think this is going to force them to say, you know what, guys, this is the way to do it. Because this coaching staff is experienced. Offensive coordinator, the head coach, you got all type of experience and whatnot. End of the day, but the coaches and the players are going to have to make these adjustments for this team to get back on track where they're trying to go. And I will say, Kansas State didn't play particularly well against Tulane, even though I thought Tulane played exceptional in that game right there. And I think people underestimate the lower levels because, they don't understand that you're still playing against other men that are motivated to play you. But I do think the team that I seen tonight, the Kansas State team, is a top 10 team. And right now they're 14, so they're not that far away, and the nation feels that way, not just me. And I don't vote on this. I don't vote on, the rankings or whatnot. So they have them at 14. So they're going to move up, am I right or wrong, after beating a top 20 team right now. And Arizona probably is a little overrated right now, being 20, being that we didn't play particularly well versus New Mexico or NAU, but we won the game at the end of the day. So, now they can come back And I do disagree with him on this one, what he said, I call it. He said that you don't learn from a loss. And I learned way more from losses than I did the wins. I'm telling you straight up. And I won a lot. I won a lot.
And a bad team would have lost to NAU.
Yeah. Yeah.
A bad team would have lost to NAU.
That happened
A
before.
bad team would have lost to New Mexico. Because he says we're not a very good team. A bad team would have lost to them.
520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. Let's talk to let's go up to Oregon and talk to Howie. You're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona. Game day, post-game show. Howie, what are your thoughts after a 31-7 loss?
Well, I could get Glenn a ticket, and he could come up and get those guys that we need out of the Apple Cup tomorrow. You know, we could use like Jonah Coleman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though I like our running backs.
I like our running backs.
I don't really miss Jonah so much yet.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think we need Jonah. We got some good backs.
I take them young defensive ends that they took up there, though, DK. Them young defensive ends that they
Davis
took.
And
I take a couple of them. Ward, is that his name?
Ward.
Oh, yeah,
Isaiah Ward.
Because his quickness could have been used today, right?
Yeah. You know, when I was watching that game, it was like Coach Snyder was back. You know, he was up in the booth, but it was a typical Kansas State game. You know, by the book. You, Glenn and Kelvin, you've seen Kansas State play. They play like that all the time.
Yeah, my buddy, my roommate in college was the O-line coach there for 6-7 years. I think it was 7 years there under Snyder.
And I thought Michael Bishop was back there today.
Yeah, exactly.
Michael Bishop?
I remember.
I thought Michael Bishop was back the way the quarterback Avery Johnson. I kept looking again. I'm like, is that?
Yeah.
Came back from Glenn College?
Yeah.
Hey, Kelvin, I wanted to ask you something. Now, it's not like I'm trying to be a conspiracy nut.
Okay.
But this thing about sending the play down to the quarterback in the helmet, could it be a detriment? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's got like Fafita thinking too much instead of just playing.
Well, you know,
I don't know if it's any different than a guy bringing the play in from the sideline.
Or them signaling. Remember they was doing the signaling from the sideline?
Yeah.
They was holding and basically telling you what to run from the sideline.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually like that even better than the helmet, because in the helmet it cuts off with 15 seconds left. So he still has to think those last 15 seconds and get everything figured out, you know, what he's going to get done. But no, I don't really think that could be, you know, bothering too much. I mean, he's a veteran now. I just think he has to just settle down and take what's being given to you, because I saw some open guys out there today and he was looking for the bigger chunks, and they're known for that. I mean, when you get away with that, they got away with it. I think it was Delora used to get away with it, and, you know, until, you know, he lost a few games, you know, got to, you know, beat with interceptions. And, you know, the same thing when you throw those balls up like that, you know, into coverage, you know, sometimes he's going to come down with it and everybody's like, oh my God, he's the greatest thing ever. And sometimes it's going to be an interception. So you got to, you know, it's one of those things, you got to live with it if you're going to be so happy when they make it work.
Yeah, that's for sure. You know what freaks me out? You know, we're coming up. I don't know how Rising is doing with his fingers. I can't we don't get reports on that. We got that guy coming up, and the guy that was at Arizona that went to you at Sutton, is that his name? I forgot his name.
The receiver.
Yeah.
Singer?
Yeah, Singer.
Yeah.
Dorian Singer.
Yeah, but the quarterback is out for like 8 weeks.
Yeah, he's out for a while. Rising.
We got those guys, and then we got Shedeur Sanders, and we got Travis Hunter. And, you know, those guys are all over the field. We better get our stuff together, is basically what I'm saying.
No, we got 10 days to get our stuff together.
Okay. I had us on my thing, on my, win losses, I had us beating Colorado. But after watching what I saw today, it makes me a little nervous with the speed and the athleticism. I just hope we get our guys back, man, so we can, you know, get our first team back on the field, because we saw what they did last year, and when they're on the field, they're just big difference makers.
Yeah, I mean, Shador is faster than Johnson.
No. Johnson is faster.
I ain't doing that, Howie. No. That kid right there, man, he got some special wheels on him that we saw today, man. He got some special wheels. Shador ain't running like that. He's going to get down.
No.
I don't know. He just seems like he's all over the place when I've seen him play, you know?
This guy tonight, he ran relaxed. And that's what fast guys do. They run relaxed and they look fast, man.
Yeah. I guess that's why I don't run anymore.
All right, Howie. Hey, we appreciate hearing from you as always. Thank you.
Hey, good show, guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
All right, 520-848-1290. That opens up a line. We'll get another break in here. It's Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. Wildcats win streak of 9 games. It was the longest in Division I football, but it comes to an end tonight in Manhattan, Kansas, as the Wildcats, the Purple Cats, take down the Red Cats by a score of 31-7. I wonder if they'll ditch those helmets after.
Yeah, I told you I didn't like them.
I didn't like them either.
Told you.
You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Kia, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Kia, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus or royalkia.com.
As coach of the Wildcats, I know the importance of teamwork. Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is the ultimate team when it comes to your home's comfort.
Is your AC system more than 10 years old and costing you too much in repairs? Beat the heat, call Right Way. Get a new system with 10-year parts warranty, 10-year labor warranty, and 60 months no interest financing. Make replacing easier on your wallet. Call today.
Don't delay. Call or text 520-657-0699. If it's worth doing, do it the right way.
Do you often worry you left your garage door open? With the LiftMaster Garage Door Opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 35 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees. Bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including Tucson and Sierra Vista, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 2,200 five-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after an accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm 4 years in a row tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE Eagle.
Did you know collecting sports cards is one of the fastest growing hobbies around? Whether you're looking to start or expand your collection, Showtime Cards is your ultimate destination. As one of the leading card shops in the country, they've been serving our community for over 25 years with the best in sports cards and trading card games. From rare finds to the latest releases, Showtime Cards has it all. Check them out at ShowtimeCards.com or visit them today at 5801 East Speedway. And discover why collectors everywhere trust Showtime Cards for their passion.
Hey homeowners, are you ready to chill out and go green? Goodfellas Air Conditioning can help. Introducing our latest lineup of energy-efficient systems featuring the new R32 refrigerant. It's cooler, greener, and better for the planet. You'll enjoy lower energy bills and a smaller carbon footprint. Not a fan of change? Goodfellas has a surplus of reliable R410 systems available. Unsure about what system you have or have questions? Give us a call for a free inspection. Goodfellas Air Conditioning, keeping it cool, keeping it green, and always keeping you comfortable.
Hi, this is Peter Costa, former governor of the New York Stock Exchange and proud member of the Advisory Business Council with Meridian Wealth Management. One thing I've learned over 40 years on the floor is the value of a trusting relationship with your financial advisor. After all, everyone is a genius when the markets are going up, but when they drop, that's when the guidance of a professional is most important. For more information about Meridian, call 719-1433 or visit online at meridianwealthllc.com.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered registered investment advisor.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. If you're driving right now, you may not be thinking about your tires, but chances are they've been tested before. Like that time you swerved to avoid the stray shopping cart that rolled into the street from nowhere? At Jack Furrier's, we've helped Arizona drivers navigate these extreme moments for over 60 years with the right tires. And right now, we've got more rebates and savings than ever. Now's the time to buy. Check out jackfurriers.com for all the details. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, here to get you there.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now back to your hosts, David Kelly, the tight end Glenn Howell, and the captain, Kelvin Ifan.
Short drop, looking to throw. Cats have got him and sack him inside the 20-yard line. Down goes Avery Johnson. That pressure coming fast and hard. First sack of the night, Jacob Manu. Was that not Manu? Was that Tay Brown? It was Tay Brown. That was fun.
That was fun. They brought some nice pressure that time. We hadn't seen Arizona pressure him very much tonight. He wasn't expecting it, and the pressure, it actually got to him.
1 of 3 sacks on the night for the Arizona defense. Tay Brown, Tai Uyangalele, and Owen Goss had sacks tonight. Wildcats 3 sacks, 2 tackles for loss. So really 5 negative plays, which is not a lot, and none of them came from Jacob Manu, who is the king of negative plays. He had just 6 tackles tonight, all solo. 31-7 the final in favor of the Kansas State Wildcats over the Arizona Wildcats, as the Wildcats' streak of 9 straight wins ends in Manhattan. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. We are streaming this show on our video streams tonight, Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch. We didn't stream last week's show, but we are streaming this week's show. It'll look a little bit different to you than it normally does because I'm in the control room for the post-game show. Usually I'm in the main studio room where the fellas are, and J-Dub is on this side. But we let J-Dub go after the games are over so he can get some rest. He works hard during the pregame and the games as we now run the Arizona Wildcats radio network. So I am spinning the dials once again, feeling a lot more comfortable back here with this plane and not crashing it than I did last week the first time around. So, and I got my assistant here, Priscilla. Priscilla, wave to the people so they can see you. Wave. Yeah, Priscilla is answering your calls here at 520-848-1290. In fact, let's go back to the phones and we will talk to our guy, Paul in Phoenix. You're on the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Captain David Kelly, can you ask the flight attendant to please send another double whiskey back to my seat, please?
Yeah, it kind of feels like that, now. Right? This is we got about another hour left in this flight, so yeah, make sure you get your drinks in while you can.
Double up, folks, double up. Guys, I've been listening, and real quick, I just want to comment what Howie said. It's true. Sanders is going to give us some trouble, but this kid tonight, Johnson, was very disciplined, where Sanders is less disciplined. So I think we stand a better chance against him, hopefully, okay? But I also think that as much as I'm a homer, I also realize that I think somebody mentioned it earlier that we went into the New Mexico game, that NAU game, and we went at halftime and fixed some things, okay? We fixed some things, but at the same time, I truly believe our talent showed itself in the second half of both of those games, and that's part of why we won. 51% why we won. Okay, so tonight they went into the locker room, they tried to fix some things, but the reality is, I think our defense we didn't have any turnovers tonight. Is that correct?
None.
Okay, so this
no
defense.
interception.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the interception in the end zone. Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah, the interception in the end zone. Yeah.
Okay, we did have one.
Yeah.
But, this defense is really going to rely on big plays.
Go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
Okay, no. So, but our defense relies on big plays. And this defense, they're talented, but they're not big enough. And I also think our defensive backs, once we get them a little bit more healthy, because I think Davis was dinged up tonight. Wasn't he dinged up?
He was in and out. I know that. I don't know that he was hurt though. Takario. I didn't notice that he was.
Last game though.
Yeah, he went out. He went out this game and went into the tent.
Okay, we need him. He's a playmaker. The kid's a baller. Okay, he needs to make some plays. He needs to make his presence known. And yes, I think. Well, what game was it where he got thrown out? Wasn't it?
The first game against New Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that regard, he's a playmaker. He's a baller, but we got to keep him under control. But I need him to step up. And of course, Jacob, he's a playmaker too. But I think defensively, we're just there's a spark that's not there. It's not firing right now. And you know that Coach Aquina is probably he's going to have a restless flight back. He's probably thinking to himself, what the heck is going on with this team? He knows that there's some talent. Now, are we talented enough to play Kansas State in another game in 3 weeks and beat them? Probably not. But to lose 31-7, okay, I don't know. Now, as for the offense, we're missing the running back, and I apologize. I can't remember the young man.
Krosky
Merritt.
Okay. Well, I didn't hear what's the status. Do we have any status on him?
I didn't hear anything new tonight. No.
Okay. Well, it is what it is. So but offensively, I think Noah's pressing a little bit, but it's part of the territory. You get down, it is what it is. I'm going to leave you guys with this, and I'm going to open up a little bit of a can of worms. I don't mean to do this, but I know the folks in Tucson, and we're all about let's support the athletic department and basketball, blah, 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 right? Football. Well, Brian Jeffries and Lamont, I love those guys, and they brought up a couple times early on in the game how, wow, there's 51,000 people. The stadium supposedly only holds 50,000. They sold over, but they said there were empty tickets. But they said those folks were standing in the lower area. They were standing almost the whole game. Okay, and they were into it, and they said it was noisy when, of course, we were on offense, and it was dead silent when their team was on offense. Okay, and I wish we could somehow get Arizona Stadium to that, and that's wishful thinking on my part. But one thought, because they put their students right behind the opposing team's bench. Okay, why don't we get since we were founded in 1885? Why don't we let the first 1,885 students send them over to that side of the field on the west side, carve out a little spot down low so those 1,800 students can harass that team the whole time, and get part of the band to sit over there too, because I guess Kansas State had their band over there as well. And it's creating a college atmosphere. Now, I get it. We're not Lawrence, Kansas, because I don't know what else there is to do in Lawrence, Kansas. On a Friday night.
No, Manhattan. Manhattan.
It was Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Because Lawrence is the other place.
The Little Apple.
The Little Apple. That's right. So, but again, and I'm just being silly. But I guess it's I want that for our university, for our football players. These kids, they're going to fix some things. Now, will they come out against Utah and lay an egg? I don't think so, but at the same time, Utah has a short memory because I guarantee it. They remember what we did to them last year, and they want us. But we just have to play within ourselves from the standpoint of we have to find ways to make big plays. We gave up that big punt return that just totally kind of took the air out of our balloon. Like, doggone it, and that's why Tyler Loop, I think, punted the rest of the time. Because I think the coach was like, forget it. Let's go to somebody who can drive the ball deep and be done with it and get or at least sky the ball. I mean, not so much deep, but at least put the ball up in the air. But guys, it's not the end of the world, and no, it's not like we can see it from where we're at either. There's a lot of season to go. There's a lot of season. I can't even tell you what I think we're going to go. Heck, we got 9 games left. Would I be happy if we went 5-4? Oh, I don't know. Would I be happy with 6-3? You're getting my attention. So is it possible? Good question. Thanks, guys.
Hey, Paul, real quick. I'll be at the Cardinals
sir.
game on Sunday.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Are you going to be there?
I will be there. Come over. I'll have to text. I'll text the show and I'll tell you where I'm sitting.
Absolutely. Let me know where you're sitting, and we'll try to maybe meet up either before the game or during it.
You got it. That sounds great. Thanks, David.
All
Travel
right.
safely up here.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
Paul in Phoenix, always a great caller for sure. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Let's continue with Andy. You're on the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day post-game show after a 31-7 Arizona loss to Kansas State.
Hello, guys. Good show. You guys doing a great job. My only disappointment was that not being able to contain the edge that New Mexico game, the quarterback was just running around the edge and the running backs, and you would think, by now we could have fixed that a little bit better. I realize we have, some players that are injured on the defense, but it seems like that's been the theme so far for the defense is not containing the edge, and it was pretty evident tonight because the announcers TV announcers just kept mentioning that. So I hope that's something, they can clean up, quite a bit. And the offense, it just seemed like we're just a step slow. I wanted to ask you guys a question. It seemed like on the when we hand the ball on, it seemed like it's the delayed handoff on the shotgun. Do you guys like that? It seems like we do that a lot, and it gets stopped a little bit.
You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say this right here. Did you like the way that Kansas State was running the ball?
Yeah, they ran the
they
same
were
thing.
really doing
it. Yeah.
And I thought as far as running the ball concern was today, I don't think we ran the ball bad. We just didn't run it enough.
Yeah.
Our running backs got 17 carries on the day.
Yeah, it should be in the 14
for 48.
Yeah.
14 and Conley was running physical. He was running physical. I was disappointed on the 4th and 1 that we didn't run it. I feel like you have, if you're gonna go for that, I understand the decoy, but were we running the ball enough to make them believe that we were gonna run it and then be able to go to the tight end? I just felt like, hey man, let's put that fullback in there from CDO, right?
And let him go.
And, let's get a tight end and let's come right at these guys and knock them back for a yard. So there's a few things right there that we definitely need to clean up, man. I mean, you when you're in a situation where you're in a 4th and 1, I get breaking tendencies, but sometimes, especially when you're in a physical game like that, you got to punch them in the mouth, just like they did from the beginning of the game. They punched them in the mouth, they quieted the crowd down. But after that, they didn't keep swinging.
Yeah.
Right. And I would like to see the quarterback, I know we're not doing the run pass option or, I would like to see him pull the ball and run it. It seemed like he really didn't do that until, the end of the game when he ran a couple of times.
Right.
But it seemed like that he could easily pull the ball and run it to the side, not take the hits, but go ahead and become that running threat, just like Kansas State.
Yeah, they're real careful about that, having him run.
And the thing with college football, when your quarterback doesn't run, they just drop another guy in the coverage. Yeah. That's another guy in the coverage that you can double on T-Mac or that you can use in bracketing on T-Mac as well. So you can put 3 guys on him. I mean, so that's tough. I think we're gonna have to come up with some design runs. And he has to get down. I mean, even if you have to bring in a Wildcat run or something, I just feel like you have to have that threat of the run, because even I thought when Noah was successful last year, he kind of scrambled around a little bit, the Delora type of thing.
He did.
And kept some plays alive. I don't know how much that would have worked today. That was a very disciplined defense, people. You understand? I grew up around these type of teams.
Yeah, they stand
and they're going to do their jobs. I mean, that's the Kansas State, the way Kansas State has always played, and when Bill Snyder was there, it's the same thing. I mean, fundamental defense, veteran guys in the right places. They just played almost a perfect game.
We could
they look good.
We could be a good defense if we were fundamental. If we were stay in our lane, don't let them get the edge. I think we have the potential, but if we can't do it in 3 games, I'm getting a little scared.
Yeah.
Right. And even with that punt return for a touchdown, you got to stay in your lane and just not let them get to the outside. And I realized that, there was that block on the gunner, but still he got to the outside and it was over.
Yeah, and I don't blame that. That's one guy. It's still 10 other guys. They got to figure out a way to get to that ball and get that guy on the ground. But I think they're going to have to look at that. I think they're going to have to look at that punt team.
Yeah,
and see, do you have guys out there
that can chase somebody down?
But you know what ends up happening in this day and age? I think you're so used to people fair catching.
Yeah,
I think you're so used to people not taking those opportunities to use special teams as a offensive weapon, but you forgot who you were playing this time. Kansas State is known
for special.
That's back like Coach told me, days or whatever, having special teams. These guys are known for blocking a punt or setting up punt returns. So I wish we would have been a little bit more on top of that.
Just one more question. Last week, who's the running back that for us that ran really good? I know we're loaded at the running back.
No, last week was Quali Connolly.
Oh, Connolly. Well,
yeah,
that's
Quali
right.
Connolly.
Roger wasn't in there.
Okay, yeah. So we got the weapons. I mean, especially in the skill position, it's just like you said. It's just a matter of playing discipline and playing your lanes and playing your.
Well, I'll say this: there's nothing against T-Mac, right? But he can't have 11 and the next guy has 2.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not going to work.
In the Mexico game, he had 300 and something yards, and a lot of it was, after he caught it. And so these other guys, I don't know if they're just not getting the separation or it's just like I said, they just seem like it's
well, I'm gonna tell you what happens. A lot of time when you have a Michael Jordan, is that what they called him, DK?
That's what they had.
A lot of time when you have a Michael Jordan on your team, you stand around and look at him. You stand around and look at him, and also a lot of time the point guard try to get him the ball all the time. They kind of force feed him the ball. So I think that now I know this coaching staff. I think now when you're winning, you kind of let things go how they go. But I think now, Noah, T-Mac, if they want to continue winning, the rest of the team, they're going to have to open it up and make all the weapons available. I'm sure that they are, but you can tell with the stats they're not. Because if I'm a defense playing against us, I'm not guarding nobody. I'm not guarding nobody but T-Mac. And I'm putting 3 people over there, and I'm putting pressure in the face of Noah, and I'm risking everything else from there, right? Because I can't let those guys beat me, and I think that's what's going on.
And then at first I was thinking, well, maybe it's a new offense, and they're just having a little bit problem. I mean, like last week, they were definitely out of sorts, especially blocking, but it just, it's time to open up and, just go at it.
Hey, Andy, we appreciate your call. Thanks again. Call again.
All right.
That opens up another line at 520-848-1290. Let's get a break in here. Wildcats from Arizona fall to the Wildcats from Kansas State 31-7. It's the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show. You are listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
DK on the Sports Tip, 3 to 6 weekdays.
It is the weekend. Woo!
Peach Mania and the Green Chili Roast tomorrow and Sunday.
Green chili, what? Wait, what?
Green Chili Roast. They'll roast up the green chilies for you.
I'll be there.
I know, right? You can buy like a 50-pound burlap sack
Nothing
of chilies.
smells better than green chilies roast.
So good, right?
I don't know what I'm doing yet for fun this weekend.
You're going to the mud pit.
I don't think I'm going to the mud pit.
Wildcats Radio 1290.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Kia, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Kia, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus or RoyalKia.com.
Honey, our yard's full of weeds. Looks like a jungle and the neighbors are complaining.
I know. I'm trying to get rid of them, but the product I'm using, it doesn't work.
Oh.
Not to mention, I don't have the time.
But it's not just weeds.
It's not?
No, I'm seeing ants.
Ants?
Yeah, and spiders.
Ooh, spiders.
I know, and I think I saw a scorpion.
No way.
Yes way, and there's a pack rat in our garage.
Ew. Okay, I'll call University Termite and Pest Control today. We'll get rid of all of them.
Okay, honey, thank you.
University Termite and Pest Control, locally owned. Find them online at bepestfree.com.
Cantina nachos, strawberry watermelon margaritas, a few zombie kills, and all your favorite sports teams live? When your day calls for some winning, it's time for Dave & Buster's, where you can eat, drink, play, and watch all the sports you want. They've got massive HD TVs, hundreds of the hottest new games, a chef-crafted menu, and an incredible list of beers, wines, and cocktails. So remember, if your day calls for a little victory, a little triumph, a little win, it's probably calling for Dave & Buster's.
Make sure you download or update the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. We've got the entire state covered like no other sports radio station in Southern Arizona. Plus, when you have the app, you can cover U of A sports with Wildcats Radio 1290 anywhere and everywhere you go and out of town, too. The mountains, the beach, working out, or maybe even...
Oh, no. Turn that off.
Download or update the Wildcats Radio 1290 app today and never miss a moment of sports analysis. Well, maybe an occasional moment. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Make the right choice for your home when it comes to windows and doors. For more than 20 years, the Window Depot has provided the best price and biggest inventory on in-stock windows and doors. The Window Depot is open to the public, so whether you're a homeowner or a contractor, you can shop the enormous warehouse. Browse the shelves with over 1,000 vinyl windows, interior and patio doors, and skylights in several varieties and sizes available to go home today. Shop thewindowdepot.com or find a location near you. The Window Depot, best price, biggest inventory.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. In the top-rated Vail School District, Rockin' K is close to work, shopping, and services. Tour 18 model homes by top-tier builders, offering move-in ready homes and special incentives. LiveRockingK.com. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. The one and only home of the Jim Rome Show. Rich Eisen and DK on the sports tip.
Tell him about that tweet to Rome. It's going to be so awesome. He'll read it. He'll love it.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hi, this is Tim Couch, retired NFL quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, partner at Meridian Wealth Management, and proud member of Meridian's Tucson Advisory Business Council. It's my favorite time of year, college football season. I've always been a proud Wildcat. As our firm has grown in Tucson with Ruben and Natalie Fernandez, I now cheer on 2 Wildcats every year. My alma mater of Kentucky, of course, and our U of A Cats. Here's to a great football season, and go Cats.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 35 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees. Bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including Tucson and Sierra Vista, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 2,200 5-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after an accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm 4 years in a row tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE Eagle.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
The kids are back in school, and it's still hot in Tucson. Due to the huge response from the $69 diagnostic service special, we're going to keep it going for September. Picturox Cooling, keeping you cool all summer long. Proudly featuring Rheem air conditioning systems. Call us at 520-492-0748 or picturoxcooling.com.
Picturox Cooling, heating and plumbing.
Bear down, Wildcat Nation. Our Window Depot coverage of U of A football continues. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. A full wrap-up on today's Wildcats contest. Top takeaways, reaction from the players and head coach Brett Brennan, plus your thoughts on what you saw. The postgame show is brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. This is your home for Arizona football. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Zone coverage. They saw him, had eyes on him the entire time. Made a good play on the ball.
Jace Brown and Keegan Johnson wide to the right. Cephas single man left. And Avery Johnson working out of the shotgun on second down and 10 at the Arizona 14. Takes the snap. One step drop. Now a draw play. He's caught from behind and pulled down for a loss on the play. Oh, huge play there for the Arizona defense back at about the 21-yard line. And the clock running. Chris Kleiman not going to use that last timeout yet. They're going to try and line it up in a hurry here. Clock down to 12 seconds. Johnson will take the snap, back to throw, flushed out of the pocket, rolling to the left. In trouble again, rolling back right, picks up a block. Now he's got open field. Running, looking to the end zone. Nothing there. He's going to run it out of bounds at the 8 as time runs out and the first half is over. Oh, my goodness. What a way to end the half for the Arizona defense. Not allowing Avery Johnson to get anything on that play. It'll be a 7-point K-State lead at halftime, but I tell you what, the Arizona Cats feeling pretty good right now.
They dodged. I don't know how many bullets they dodged on that drive, but to go in at halftime and only be down 7 is that's incredible. Incredible job by the defense of just, staying strong and staying focused and being able to pull this out because, they were in a horrible position there.
That might have been the best defensive play of the season we've seen so far.
For sure.
Against a guy that could run like that and throw like that.
Most definitely.
And, Glenn, you thought that was going to be a turning point in the game. I mean, you were talking about they had a 2-for-1 opportunity to get points there, and they were getting the ball, Kansas State, coming out in the third quarter, and then you stopped them 3 and out on that first drive, and you're thinking, man, we're sitting pretty now because they could be up 3 scores right now, and you had the ball down 14-7 to start the third quarter, but just couldn't make anything happen with it.
Yeah, I thought that was the sign. After the half, I thought that was the sign. We're going to be all right, okay? And then I've been texting it out, and I'm thinking like, oh, we're going to look good. And then we just poo-pooed. That's exactly what we did.
All right, let's find out if we won any money on this game tonight.
How did the 1290 crew do today with their best bets? Let's find out how they did in today's pregame show. Today's best bets are brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
All right, I was in last place, I think, until now. DK took the under on this one at 61. And 61 was the under, so it came in way under at 38 in this game. And I had Kansas State minus the 7, so that's a win. I win both sides of it. You guys took the Cats plus the 7 and the under. So you get the under, but not the spread in this one.
Yeah.
So that is how it played out for the best bets in this particular one today.
And that's how the 1290 crew did with their best bets. Today's best bets were brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
All right, 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Let's go back to the phones. A lot of folks holding that want to talk Arizona football tonight with the fellas. We'll start with Robert in Prescott. You're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the postgame show, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Yeah, is this going to be a pattern with Fafita? They rush him and he can't do anything back there because is he told not to run, or is he afraid to run? Or I know you don't want him running all the time, but when you got to get 4 or 5 yards for a first down, you don't need to throw the ball 30 yards downfield when the middle of the field's wide open for him to pick up a first down, slide down, and then why the hell doesn't Brennan start rolling him out to give him a little bit of time to pass the ball so he can see the field a little bit better? Brennan makes no adjustments during the game, offensively or defensively. He sticks with the same stuff that's not working. We're lucky we beat NAU, and people to say the offense was out of sorts. No, it's because NAU's defense kicked our butt last, and we were just fortunate to come out with 22 points against a Division II school, basically, a smaller school. They have no speed on defense. Linebackers suck because nobody's getting to the quarterback. I was calling the runs, and David Johnson was getting 15, 20 yards every time he ran the ball. We don't have any speed on defense either.
Well, that linebacking position that was my biggest concern coming into camp, was who was going to emerge there next to Jacob Manu. Tay Brown has obviously gotten the start. He's not a player who has a whole lot of speed, although he did get a sack tonight. I thought we'd see some of those other guys like Jared Small, unfortunately Leviticus Sua, who kind of started to shine towards the end of camp, has been hurt the last 2 games, and that is just not a position group where you've got a lot of, I guess what I would say, playable depth right now at the linebacker position. That is definitely, it still remains the weak spot on this defense.
I understand, yeah, but I mean, then our linemen sometimes, if Johnson was going right by him, our tackling, I think, has regressed from 2 years ago. Last year, they got tackling. This year, I'm seeing a lot of hard tackling. Instead of tackling guys, some guys are trying to strip the ball out of him. Meanwhile, he gained another 5-6 yards. This is hard to watch right now. And like I think Calvin said, maybe we should go to some Wildcats, because if they're just going to be off on Fafita and chase him around, now he's doing that Delora spin in the back where if he gets sacked, he's going to lose, instead of 10 yards, he's going to lose like 30 yards. I don't know. I think do they have a quarterback? I'm not saying to change quarterbacks. Do they have a quarterback who can run the ball right now on the depth chart at all?
Well, you got Cole Tannenbaum. He would be the next one up. He's taller, obviously. He's 6'3", I think, guys, and he is more of a pocket passer than Noah Fafita, but he's not going to be. I mean, if you're looking for somebody to run the football, I don't know that any of these guys on the roster are that quarterback.
Yeah, I know you don't want to get him hurt running like that, but I mean, Fafita seems like he doesn't even attempt to scramble. One time I think he gained like 4 yards and slid down. I think that was negated by one of our holding penalties. But there's times when he's had open field ahead of him, but he just, throws the ball out of bounds or throws it into the dirt in the ground in front of his. I don't know. Just not seeing much in this offense at all that I thought we would. But I don't think we have a chance against Utah in 2 weeks. Hopefully, I'm looking at about a 4 or 5 win season.
Well, I
the
think
way they're playing right now.
I think it'll be more than 4 or 5, Ron. But I feel you on you got some work to do heading in to play a very good Utah team, the team that was picked to win this conference for sure. Ron, we appreciate. We appreciate your call there today. Let's go now. To Ron. You're on Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day Postgame Show, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
David, guys, good to talk to you.
You too, Ron.
Can you hear me?
We got you.
Hey, I just want to say we were at the game. My sons and I went to the game, and it was just a great atmosphere. I know I heard some previous callers talk about the game day experience that they wish we had in Arizona, and I got to say, man, the Kansas State fans were gracious, great hosts. They put on a great experience game day. Their student section was motivated. Their fans were all polite but confident, and you kind of picked that up once you got in the stadium. But really was unfortunate to see Cats come out and play the way they did. Being out there in the stands watching them play, it looked like maybe they were just off. The timing was off a little bit. Something's missing. We're season ticket holders. We saw the home games last year. We went to ASU, went to the bowl game in San Antonio last year, and something just seems to be a little different this year. I can't figure out what it is. I thought maybe you guys might have a take on that.
Ron, you are obviously there tonight. Just a quick question for you. I mean, are you seeing, in terms of the passing game, are you seeing open receivers maybe that Noah is not or wasn't tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely noticed that today. We were field level seating, so we got a pretty good view of the field, and it looked like Noah's just not seeing them. There are some guys that are running free. I know T-Mac was doubled up a lot today and struggling to get open, but I did see open receivers, and I have not seen Noah struggle like that before. So I don't know what's different from last year to this year, but definitely the offense is off. I mean, put up 7 points was disappointing.
You know what? I worried about this game because of T-Mac not having a good game last game.
Mm-hmm.
I worried that we would focus on trying to make sure that he had a great game. And again, when I heard the Michael Jordan come in, I was like, oh boy, and so I think now after you take, because when you're winning, right, You don't worry about that. You don't worry about what's going on, who's getting the ball, how the offense is getting spread around. You don't really worry about it. But after you take that loss, you had a tough game versus an NAU team that was very motivated, but less talented, way less talented than you. I think now, even the players, because these are good guys. They are good guys for sure. Now I think even them as players will be like, hey, let's make sure that we're just going to the open guy, that we're finding the right guys and doing the right things. I played on offenses. I know how this goes. I played with Trunk Kennedy. I played with Dennis Northcutt. And the only reason why we were able to win is because we shared the ball.
Yeah.
Nobody went to the coach. And I ain't saying that's happened with this team, but they're not sharing the ball. Yeah. Am I wrong? Am I saying something different? Right. In the last 3 games, they weren't able to share, to spread the ball out to some of these other new weapons that we got. The team was good last year because you did have a Cowing over there making receptions, the tight end, the big T-Mac making receptions, making things happen. And I think that made it easier for T-Mac to be who he is. And I think that's what we're going to have to, eventually get back to. More balanced type of offense.
I do think the defense did a good job today, guys. I think the defense did enough to put us in a position to be successful, and we just didn't get it done on offense. And it's tough to watch. Defense looked like they were getting tired out there. I did want to see, maybe in that last drive, maybe see Tannenbaum come out and just kind of see what he could do. I'm not saying I want to get rid of Noah. I definitely don't. But I just wanted to see maybe what he had in that last drive. But didn't happen today. But anyways, great game, great atmosphere. The fans are great out here. And it was great to see a lot of red shirts in the stands today. David, you guys do a great job. I appreciate what you guys do on the show as well.
Thank you very much, Ron. We appreciate your call this evening. That opens up another line, 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's go back and talk to Daniel. You're on Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day after a 31-7 Arizona loss to Kansas State.
Tough game. I would say I wish I could definitely see a little bit more of Kendrick, because I know as a running back, he did mention to the media last week how he's used to playing in these high-pressure games. I just think our secondary really needs to – our defensive line is okay, but I think our secondary really needs to pick up.
What do you want to see most from those guys? I mean, because the coverage, I thought, Marquise Gross-Killebrew let some passes get there on him today. But what do you want to see there, Daniel, from the secondary?
I kind of want to see them more be aggressive when they're going for balls and just keep their eyes on the quarterbacks. Because I noticed a lot when I was watching the game on the TV, like they weren't necessarily watching that quarterback as much.
Guys?
I just think that for the defensive backs, I just think that, we got to get more aggressive on breaking on the ball and the breaking of tackles too. That was not good today. That one play that they had where he was like 3rd and 12, that was the backbreaker right there. I think that was the backbreaker of the game.
We did not have a single pass breakup in this game.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We just didn't have those kind of aggressive plays.
And we're talking about pass defense, and I feel like that the run defense was what the problem was. The quarterback getting loose, the running back getting loose. I think if you stop the run and take away the two-way go, being able to run the ball and pass, now you don't know what they're doing. I think that's what set up the passes. I think the DBs, peeking into the backfield because they're running the ball so well, opened up some passing lanes. And then you don't know who they're going to pass to because – they're passing it all over the place. They're switching guys.
And setting the edge. The setting the edges didn't help us at all. We didn't set the edge at all. We had a couple of. I think we had 3 sacks tonight. I think we could have had 3 additional sacks if we would have just maintain our outside containment. And then what he did is he got outside the containment and then he made a play. So if he would have just stayed in his lane and been, containment, he would have got sacked from the backside because there was guys pressure coming from the backside.
I'm gonna ask this: Were we hurting at the defensive end? Because I didn't see substitutions.
No, we weren't hurting. We were just.
They all were getting beat.
Yeah, they're just getting everybody's getting beat. Sterling got in there, got beat.
Yeah,
and then Trey got beat.
Trey, Kinley,
and then the guy from Stanford,
big number 90.
Yeah, big number 90 was getting. He was just getting worked.
It was bad. Yeah, it was.
I'm sorry.
Tough. Yeah.
He was getting worked on the outside. He wasn't getting no contain. He was just running in, and then he was just getting outside. And if we stopped that, I think we would have had a different ball game.
Yeah.
Daniel?
Well, good show. I'm gonna go. I know you guys got a lot of other callers coming in.
Absolutely, Daniel. We appreciate you calling as well. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. You can call us. You can text us. We'll get another break in here. We'll review our keys to the game. Hoping to go back to Manhattan and hear from the head coach. We'll see if we get any post-game sound from the Wildcats after a 31-7 loss on the road to the Kansas State Wildcats. It's Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day with Kelvin Efon and Glenn Howe. My name is David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Our Window Depot postgame coverage of Arizona football rolls on. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. The postgame show is brought to you by Broadway in Tucson, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, Drain Medics, First Choice Pools, Goldberg and Osborne, The Injury Lawyers, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates, Lexus of Tucson, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Recon Auto Detail, Right Way Heating, Cooling and Plumbing, Rocking KA Master Plan Community designed by nature. Showtime Sports Cards, Tucson Police Department, University Termite and Pest Control, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
Backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilders.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
Honey, our yard's full of weeds. Looks like a jungle and the neighbors are complaining.
I know. I'm trying to get rid of them, but the product I'm using, it doesn't work. Oh. Not to mention, I don't have the time.
But it's not just weeds.
Not?
No, I'm seeing ants.
Ants?
Yeah, and spiders.
Ooh, spiders.
I know, and I think I saw a scorpion.
No way.
Yes way, and there's a pack rat in our garage.
Okay, I'll call University Termite and Pest Control today. We'll get rid of all of them.
Okay, honey, thank you.
University Termite and Pest Control, locally owned. Find them online at bepestfree.com.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 35 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees. Bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including Tucson and Sierra Vista, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 2,200 five-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after an accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm 4 years in a row tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE-EAGLE.
Did you miss the big game? We got you covered.
There were a lot of people who were not happy with the performance by the team. Longest current winning streak in the country. Won by double digits on a night they could not convert a third down.
Yeah, holding two thoughts in your brain simultaneously that can both be true is tough for some people.
Yes.
You can both be disappointed in the third down conversion rate and also be supportive and overjoyed to see the head coach celebrate it. Both can be true.
DK on the Sports Tip, 3 to 6 weekdays.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's a bustling entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
Joel McHale, live. It was colder in Winnipeg than it was on Mars. What did the people of Winnipeg do when it was colder there than Mars differently? Nothing. They sent their kids to school. They were just like, run!
As seen on Netflix. Friday, October 18th, 8 p.m. Diamond Center at Desert Diamond Casino Sahara Arena. Tickets on sale now at the Reward Center or online at etix.com. Don't miss Joel McHale live.
Day in and day out, we're inundated with commercials asking to review your portfolio or telling you to get a second opinion. This is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management, and I want to share the advice I give people every day. Talk to 3 different advisors at 3 different firms. It's important to understand their differences and find someone you can trust. I want Meridian to be one of your 3, and then you will decide who is best for you. To learn more, call us at 719-1433 today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Kia, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Kia, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus or royalkia.com.
Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Always trust the big guy. Mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair at coolwillies.com. Cool Willie's is proud to be a partner of the University of Arizona Wildcats radio broadcast. 2 powerful teams working hard for you to get the job done right every day. Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Big enough to help, small enough to care. Remember to mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair. CoolWillies.com.
When the Cats take the floor this season, there's only one sports station in town that brings you all the action with Brian Jeffries behind the mic. That's why we run this town. We are the official home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290. Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now back to your hosts, David Kelly, the tight end Glenn Howell, and the captain, Kelvin Ifan.
Single right is Cephas. Avery Johnson out of the shotgun. He'll take the snap, fake the pitch, throw to the corner of the end zone. It's caught for the touchdown to the tight end, Braden Lofton. And it's now a 20-7 lead for Kansas State.
Our keys to the game are brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different. The dealership that is different.
All right, keys to the game. Let's review what we said we thought needed to happen for the Arizona Wildcats to win this ball game today over none other than the Kansas State Wildcats. We'll start with my keys to the game.
Well, and I agree with that because, again, this is a team, they want to be in the 70, 75 in terms of play count. Yep. And so if you can keep them out of that range, I think if you can have a game like last week where both teams are playing in the 50s, I think that gives the Arizona Wildcats their best chance to win this ball game. Contain Avery Johnson, make him beat you with his arm, but don't let him run the ball and move the chains and extend drives on third down, getting out of the pocket. And that's really going to be, I think, the linebackers. We saw a number of times last week where, the linebackers, if they send Jacob Manu on a blitz and then Tay Brown is in coverage, if the quarterback gets out, you got everybody else running the other direction. Somebody's got to come back for that quarterback. So that's dangerous, I think, in a game like tonight. So you've got to make sure you've got your eyes on Avery Johnson. So Avery Johnson, don't let him escape, and make sure that you keep the snap count offensively down for Kansas State in the 50s. I think that gives you a chance. And I think, like you said, Glenn, if we can establish that this is indeed a running football team, like we've seen with the guys that have been available, whether it's the 4 oars in game 1 or the 3 oars in game 2, I think if you see that type of what we've seen in the second half, if you can do that for 4 quarters today, you've got a very good chance of winning in Manhattan, Kansas.
64 plays for the Kansas State Wildcats in this ball game. And again, Arizona's rushing game just not what we had seen in the first 2 games. 14 carries for Connolly, but just 2 for Kedrick Risino after he had kind of a little bit of a breakout game last week. 2 carries for 3 yards. They didn't even give the ball to Speedy today.
Yeah, to me, that was the most disappointing thing of the day for me. I thought with the big guys and the size advantage that we had on the offensive line against their defensive line, I know they're quick. I know they do a lot of blitzing or whatever, but I just wanted to punch them in their mouth the way they did in that first drive. I wanted to continue to play that style of play. I bet Quanley got, half of his carries in that drive?
Yep.
Of his 14 carries, basically.
Yeah.
And I just felt like we went away from the run. We abandoned that too early. I think you have to continue to try to pound people to set up your opportunities for the pass. I didn't feel like we were down enough to be desperate to have to throw 42 times and to try to make that happen. I could be wrong. I need to look at it a little bit closer, but it was 14-7, and then I think it was 21-7. And I think I think we should have still been running the ball there, because now you 21-14. Get another stop.
Yeah.
You come back out, mix it up. Now you're 21-21. So I just think it's just a staff that's still, rounding out what they're trying to do. I think a lot of time when new staffs come in, you give them 2-3 years to get their guys and all that stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But with having such talented players already and having a successful season from last year, I think everybody was expecting a big step up. And I think you need to temper that just a little bit. That's not taking the pressure off, but just a little bit, and give these guys time to work.
Yeah, Quali Conley had 6 of his 14 carries on that first drive.
I knew it.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's check out what Glenn's keys were to the win today.
Keys to the game tonight is the offensive line's got to dominate this game. It's all going to be, I hate to put it on one person or 5 guys, but I'm putting it on our 5 guys. If they play well tonight, we will win this ball game. If they do not play well, we will lose this game.
And I don't think that I don't think they played that well.
No, it looked good early.
They did early. The first drive, they played pretty good. I think
protection was good.
Yeah, protection was good, and we just had to play a little bit better. We had to run the football. Running the football takes the ball out of that guy on the other side that was running, just running crazy, take it out of his hands. And, that first drive was 7-8 minutes.
Yeah. 7.5.
7.5 minutes. It's that's the kind of stuff we should have been doing all night long. That's the kind of things you mix and match, a little run, little couple passes in there,
bubble,
bubble, and
quick passes.
doing that stuff.
I think they tried that. They did try that once with Speedy to try to get him the ball, and I think it was one of those third down. And it went for a nice little gain, and I think it was more than 10 yards, but
that's what they needed to do.
One time,
one time.
That's one time.
He only had
enough.
2 touches.
Yeah,
and then they were running that counter play that I thought was pretty good. They just went away from it, and they just got to. That's just going to be crucial for them to be able to run the football to win more football games.
All right, let's see what Kelvin had to say before the game.
I got take care of the football. I think it's important to make sure we don't give them extra possessions so they can run the ball and run out the clock. I think tackling is going to be very important because they're going to run the ball. So they're going to be trying to be physical and run the ball. They think we West Coast, so they're going to test us. So we got to be ready to tackle. And then I think we have to run the football and play a little bit of keep away. Let's get a lead, and then let's play from there.
All right, our guy Rich Carrillo, who we talked about before the ball game, he thought 300 yards would be the number they would hit. They got to 235 on 41 carries, so 41 of their 64 plays. They did primarily run the football tonight.
Yeah, man, and that eats up the clock, and that puts that pressure back on the offense to feel like they have to respond, and that's how you get 42 pass attempts.
All right, those were our plays, or I should say our keys to what we thought and hoped would be an Arizona Wildcat victory, but it did not happen as such.
Our keys to the game are brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different. The dealership that is different.
All right, we will be hearing from the head coach coming up. Guys, final thoughts from you before we let you fly and into a bye week with a week off, and then Utah coming up 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Every one of those players need to go look in the mirror, see what they want to make this season, how you want to make this season a better season. Do you want to, are we going to separate? Are we going to, how are we going to get this thing back on track? How are we going to get better in this 10 day? And we got 10 days, I think we'll have 10 days or maybe even more than that, I think, off. And let's get back on track and winning football games and being efficient and, cutting the mistakes down. They really have to get that down and just doing your assignment. Just do your JOB. That's what you got to do. Do your JOB, and we can win some football games.
And for me, man, I think the most important thing, get healthy. I think we need to get healthy as a group. Get in the film room, so guys could look at these little simple mistakes and see these self-inflicting wounds, with these penalties that have been killing us. Let's shore up all those little things that's hurting us in these games. And I think also let's figure out who's going to. Let's get some plays that we're going to these guys and we're looking at them as the first options as these other receivers. Let's kind of use this week to kind of get those guys going and spread that love out. So we can get a more balanced attack.
All right, guys, enjoy the bye week. We'll reconvene the week of the Utah game with more analysis of Arizona football. And since we are running this a little bit different operation, please close your cameras there when you leave. Kelvin Ifon, the captain, 1998. Glenn Howell, the tight end, 1985. We'll get another break in. We'll hear from the head coach and more of your calls. 520-848-1290. Kansas State ends Arizona's 9-game winning streak on the gridiron, 31-7. The final tonight in the Little Apple, Manhattan, Kansas. This is Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the postgame show. You're listening to Wildcats Radio, 1290.
The natural wonders.
The kids are back in school, and it's still hot in Tucson. Due to the huge response from the $69 diagnostic service special, we're going to keep it going for September. Picturox Cooling, keeping you cool all summer long. Proudly featuring Rheem air conditioning systems. Call us at 520-492-0748 or picturoxcooling.com.
Picturox Cooling, heating and plumbing.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 35 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees. Bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including Tucson and Sierra Vista, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 2,200 5-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after an accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm 4 years in a row tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE EAGLE.
The Window Depot has everything you need to create the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams. Browse the aisles of in-stock cabinets available in a variety of sizes and configurations and instantly elevate your space today. Visit a showroom and let our experts guide you. Whether you're choosing from ready-to-go designs or creating a custom masterpiece, we can help you select the perfect wood type, color, and style, and top it off with unique hardware to complete your look. Find a location near you at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
DK on the Sports Tip, 3 to 6 weekdays.
It's like you got one of those 250 horsepower engines.
I think 390, 360.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy mackerel. What do you got?
It's a Hemi 5.7.
Are you out there street racing?
So here's the headline. Cricket, famous for traffic reports, crashes her car going 115 on Speedway. Probably not the best headline. So,
yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're not jumping over anything like
Dukes of Hazzard,
right?
No, I want to, though. It's epic.
Wildcats Radio 1290.
Quick, she's over here. I don't know. I just found her like this.
Yeah, she's banged up, but she'll be fine.
Oh, thank God. What can I do?
Just need the keys. And, sir?
Yeah?
Your car's gonna be fine.
Thank you.
Mobile detailing from Recon Auto Detailing. Tired of wear and tear on your vehicle or just tired of cleaning it yourself? We'll come to you. Book with us online and see why we have over 1,100 5-star reviews. Recon Auto Detailing. ReconDetail.com.
For 100 years, O'Reilly Chevrolet has been part of the fabric of Tucson, just as our Chevy trucks are part of the fabric of America. With that in mind, we're proud to announce it's officially truck season. And this year we have Motor Trend's Truck of the Year, the all-new Chevy Colorado. Test drive your new Chevy truck on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or check out our entire lineup at O'Reilly.com. Don't miss truck season, going on now at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet. Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
For over 30 years, Tucson has been putting its trust in First Chiropractic for auto and on-the-job injuries. They're locally owned and a proud sponsor of the U of A radio broadcasts. So if you've been injured, make the right choice first.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
As coach of the Wildcats, I know the importance of teamwork. Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is the ultimate team when it comes to your home's comfort.
Is your AC system more than 10 years old and costing you too much in repairs? Beat the heat, call Right Way. Get a new system with 10-year parts warranty, 10-year labor warranty, and 60 months no-interest financing. Make replacing easier on your wallet. Call today.
Don't delay. Call or text 520-657-0699. If it's worth doing, do it the right way.
Make sure you download or update the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. We've got the entire state covered like no other sports radio station in Southern Arizona. Plus, when you have the app, you can cover U of A sports with Wildcats Radio 1290 anywhere and everywhere you go and out of town, too. The mountains, the beach, working out, or maybe even...
Oh, no. Turn that off.
Download or update the Wildcats Radio 1290 app today and never miss a moment of sports analysis. Well, maybe an occasional moment. Wildcats Radio 1290. Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day Postgame Show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now back to your hosts, David Kelly, the tight end Glenn Howell, and the captain, Kelvin Ifan.
Seven, the final score today. Kansas State knocks off Arizona. Let's hear from the, we've got the head coach of your Arizona Wildcats in Manhattan, Brent Brennan.
Good chunk plays, we got some momentum, and then we stalled out with, some penalties. Some are football penalties, but others are in our control, right? Just not being lined up properly on that one play, and then having the back-to-back holding penalties that knocked us back. So, those wounds were self-inflicted, and I think that's the hardest part about it because, we were doing some good stuff moving the football, and so when we didn't, when we weren't able to convert on those drives, and then obviously the interception late, I think that's something that I think. We can play that thing better. We can more aggressively play the football. We can, see a little sooner. But at the end of the day, I need to coach this team better, and it all starts with me. And so the good news is we have a bye, which gives us a chance to hopefully get some guys healthy, and we can get to work on fixing the things that weren't right tonight.
How much of a momentum swing do you think it was when Dylan Edwards returned that punt for a touchdown?
I think it was a big play. I mean, the momentum swings, when they happen that early in the game, there's always chances, to recapture it. And in the moments that we were looking like we were going to, we stalled out with penalties. And so, we had a big chunk play. So that part of it is frustrating. And, it's one of those situations where you have a young player who's fighting his tail off and, and gets a holding penalty.
It was expected for them to run the ball effectively, but how much do you think that played into their win tonight?
I think it was huge. I think in any big time football game, you got to be able to run the ball and you got to be able to stop the run. And I think we got work to do in both those departments. And the good, like I said, the good news is we've got a week and we got a lot of work to do. So.
And with that, with Devin Dampier, New Mexico, and then tonight, what is it about athletic quarterbacks that maybe is a problem for your defense?
Well, I don't think we're the first team to have an issue with an athletic quarterback, and this guy is something different. He's a 10, 400-meter guy. Like, see, he's unique, and in those moments where we're trying to keep him in the pocket, his ability to just get outside of one person and create a big play was obviously damaging to what we're trying to get done.
Arizona's receivers struggled to get open. That seemed to be a common theme through the first 3 games. What do you think is contributing to that, and what are the opportunities to kind of correct that through the bye week?
I think that's it's one of those interesting things. I think in some ways I think we got to do a better job of getting them to fight through collision. I think that's it's kind of just part of how some of the last few teams that we played are good at that, and we got to be physical out there on the perimeter. I still think obviously T-Mac has been effective. He's effective tonight, and then we got to talk as a coaching staff and what's the best way to try and help them create some space and give them a chance to operate there in the secondary. So like I said, we got work to do.
Yeah, it's only one loss, and it's not the end of the world, and it's not a conference loss, luckily, because obviously it's a Big 12 opponent. What was your message to the team afterwards about just kind of staying in it and moving forward?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that we've got a lot of football left to play, and we can't lose sight of that because we lost one game. Like, no one's more pissed off than I am. You know what I mean? But what do we do about it? Like, how do we respond to the disappointment of this loss? And to me, we have to turn into each other. And as a coaching staff, we have to do everything we can to put together a great plan for Utah. And then we have to practice. I mean, we have to go to work on that. And I think that's something that we can push and we can elevate. These guys want to be good. They want to play good football. And I think they believe, and I believe that we're capable of better than we showed tonight.
Through 3 games, what do you think you learned about your team? Or how does the 3 games maybe serve as a learning lesson for you guys?
Well, I think the biggest thing that we learned as a football team is that we have to be more disciplined. And I think the penalty thing has been, especially week 1 and tonight, was damaging. And I think that's something that, as coaches, I think we can be more demanding of those small technical pieces that hopefully give you a chance to avoid some of those penalties. And then, every player has to look at that and just say, hey, what am I doing with my technique, my footwork, whatever. It's either give me a chance to block someone correctly or release as a receiver correctly or whatever it is, or defeat a block correctly. You know what I mean? So I think that's a big part of it. And like I said, the good news is we've got 2 weeks and we need to go to work.
And then how do you look at your running back situation right now? Because Quali took most of the carries, but how do you look at those guys and what they are able to do?
Well, I think they're all different. I think Quali and Ked give you a little bit more physicality, which you're going to need against some of the big people that we're playing. And then, I think we can, hopefully find some space to get Speedy, more involved in the game, And so that's a constant conversation for us as a staff. And then, also we also have some, trying to distribute the ball more evenly. I think that was a little bit better tonight, but I still think we can grow there. So I think offensively we have a lot of work to do. But if you look at the game tonight, I think you can say we got work to do in all 3 phases.
Speaking of the
You're listening to Brent Brennan's post-game press conference after a 31-7 Arizona loss at Kansas State.
Is there something that you guys were seeing defensively that made you guys stray away from the running game a little bit, or kind of talk me through that?
Well, I think it's probably a combination of that and the score getting, us feeling like we were playing catch-up a little bit, right? So we were, obviously a little bit more pass there in the second half, But I think also, I thought Kansas State played really well. This is a stout front, and they do a really good job with their scheme. And so, that'll be something that we have to evaluate as we look at the film.
Do you feel like everything is correctable from what you've seen so far through 3 games?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, every football team is a work in progress, and it doesn't matter if you're winning and playing great or you're sitting where we are right now at 2-1 with a ton of work to do, walking into conference play. And so,
sorry.
I think.
Do you have something?
No, I'm good.
So I do think it's fixable, and I know this team. I know the character of this team and the young men in that locker room, and they want to go to work and get, as fast as they can to fix him. This stuff wasn't right tonight.
One more question. What can you say about? Sorry.
I was going to say, how was the crowd tonight, and do you think that had any effect on communication with players?
No, I thought our communication that didn't seem to, we had a good plan for that. We worked in with with noise all week. I thought they handled it well, but I thought the crowd was great. And that was a great college football game. Game day atmosphere. I think that part of it was exciting, and it was fun to be a part of it. And like I said, I need to coach this team better because I wish we would play better and made it more fun.
All right, that is the head coach, Brent Brennan, after a 31-7 loss to the Kansas State Wildcats in Manhattan. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Final segment of the program. We have one more segment coming up, but let's chat with Mauricio. You are on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Yes, I thank the Lord Jesus, who's always on the throne, saves from hell, and helps you to get to heaven. We just got to keep that motivation positive at all times and making catches. Like, for instance, at all times we had 2 drops and where it looks like we froze, that like a lion shouldn't make you freeze, like it does with the prey. Speaking about the devil, we shouldn't let nothing freeze us. Just keep fighting and having a high level. So because if a player makes a great catch, it lifts the whole team, and we can't be hurting and then cause the rest of the team to be hurt. Like a church member, if he's hurt, it affects the church. So we gotta just keep thinking positive. I mean, we got 9 games left, and we can think about winning the 9 games like we won 9 straight games, thinking like that, positive, winning as much as we can, and you're just having faith in God and living each day. It's a blessing each day.
What do you think is the biggest issue with this team right now, Mauricio? What do you think is the biggest issue right now?
In this particular game, like the second half, we could have just keep that. For instance, the Saints, they finished the last game winning 48-10, and then the first game this year we won 47-10. For instance, keeping that high level, that belief, and not going by what is opposite of positive. Just thinking faith, like faith. The opposite of faith is fear, like not freezing, not let anything discourage you. In other words, just making those catches at all times, even if we're behind 3, touchdowns, make the catches. Defense, stay on a high level and motivated, and like Pueblo, I always want them to be always motivated, high level, encouraged. That's what we gotta do. Just each game, think of winning the game. Each game being there to win, and having a faith and strong faith and thinking positive.
Big night for Pueblo, Mauricio. Big night for Pueblo. They beat Choya tonight, 40-8.
Thank you for letting me know without asking. I did wanna ask you. I tried. I passed through there, and already the scoreboard was off, and the people were, heading towards, and I try to see it on the, when you watch High School Fever, and you just missed it when you get, late, and they showed the Wildcats, and they're gonna bounce back. The Wildcats will bounce back. It just sometimes it doesn't go your way, though. The next week you can. And the following games there are left, there's a lot of games left. It just think positive of winning them. And like all the time, you know, Coach Sanders always thinks positive. You know, he said that too, and I'm agreement with it. You know, in the same mind, one accord. You know, and just not hurting, but being doing good to not affect the rest. Just, you know, helping as a body.
Mauricio, hey, I appreciate you calling as always. We look forward to talking to you. Take a week off. We'll look forward to talking to you again after the Utah game coming up here in a couple of weeks. All right, final break of the evening. We'll get you some high school football scores. Big game out of Miranda tonight. We'll tell you what happened there. Arizona falls at Kansas State 31-7. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 35 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees. Bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including Tucson and Sierra Vista, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 2,200 five-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after an accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm 4 years in a row tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE EAGLE.
JT Auto, where customers are family. Trust your vehicle to JT Auto professional and reliable automotive repair and maintenance services. JT Auto is conveniently located off Fort Lowell and Country Club. Open Monday through Friday. JT Auto is a full-service auto shop with satisfaction guaranteed, offering you the best in tires and wheels, auto repair, oil changes, computer diagnostics, suspension and brake service, and heating and AC. Bring your car to JT Auto, where customers are family. 623-7066. That's 623-7066.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Kia, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Kia, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus or royalkia.com.
Joel McHale, live. It was colder in Winnipeg than it was on Mars. What did the people of Winnipeg do when it was colder there than Mars differently? Nothing. They sent their kids to school. They were just like, run!
As seen on Netflix. Friday, October 18th, 8 p.m. Diamond Center at Desert Diamond Casino Sahuarita. Tickets on sale now at the Reward Center or online at etix.com. Don't miss Joel McHale, live.
Broadway in Tucson presents the new 2024-2025 season, featuring 6 blockbuster productions, including Mamma Mia, and the Southern Arizona premieres of Clue, live on stage, Beetlejuice, Some Like It Hot, the Neil Diamond Musical, A Beautiful Noise, and Shucked. Secure your signature season tickets today and get the best seats at the best prices. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and secure your 2024-2025 season tickets today.
Do you trust those in charge of your financial future? Trust is founded on 3 core principles: competence, honesty, and benevolence. Those making decisions about your financial future should always place your best interest ahead of their own. I'm Natalie Fernandez-Lee, and at Meridian Wealth Management, fostering trusted relationships with our clients is our top priority. Call us at 719-1433 or visit meridianwealthllc.com to learn more today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
The Window Depot is more than a window store. The Window Depot is a one-stop warehouse with everything you need for your complete home remodel. Shop the aisles of pre-built cabinets in a variety of colors, granite and quartz countertops, sinks, skylights, and hardware to complete your project. Need a custom order? We can help. Our designers offer free design services and can special order everything you need for your kitchen or bathroom remodel today. Shop thewindowdepot.com or find a location near you. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
As coach of the Wildcats, I know the importance of teamwork. Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is the ultimate team when it comes to your home's comfort.
Is your AC system more than 10 years old and costing you too much in repairs? Beat the heat, call Right Way. Get a new system with 10-year parts warranty, 10-year labor warranty, and 60 months no interest financing. Make replacing easier on your wallet. Call today.
Don't delay. Call or text 520-657-0699. If it's worth doing, do it the right way.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now back to your hosts, David Kelly, the tight end Glenn Howell, and the captain, Kelvin Ifan.
This is Luke, their third. This ball bounces at the 25, making 35, and here's Edwards, 30, 35, 40. Dylan Edwards to midfield and down the sideline. 40, 30, 20, 10, house, touchdown Wildcats. Dylan Edwards scores for K-State.
That's how it sounded from Wyatt Thompson on the Kansas State radio network, Learfield. Kansas State beats Arizona 31-7. Let's give you your scoreboard for tonight.
Let's take a look at what happened today around the rest of the country. The college football scoreboard is brought to you by Goldberg and Osborne. Goldberg and Osborne, the injury lawyers.
All right, only one other game tonight. It was a Big 12 game. UNLV comes from behind on a late field goal to knock off, or should I say a late touchdown, to knock off Kansas tonight by a score of 23-20. One other game last night in the Big 12. Arizona State, they're undefeated, 3-0. Sun Devils beat Texas State by a score of 31-28. Want to get you some high school sports, high school football scores in here tonight. How about Marana? They win again. They knock off the defending state champions from Higley, 36-28. The Tigers remain unbeaten. It was Micah Mountain over Sabino tonight, 35-0. The Battle of Prince Road goes to the kids from Flowing Wells as they knock off Amphi 34-6. It was Mountain View over Sunrise Mountain in overtime, 20-17. Tucson beats Cienega tonight by a count of 13-7. We'll have all the scores up on our website, Wildcats Radio 1290, coming up for you a little bit later this evening. A few other scores for you on the Arizona Wildcats front in terms of the ladies. The volleyball team swept a pair of games. They beat Abilene Christian 3-0, and they beat Texas Southern as well 3-0 today. So congratulations, they remain undefeated. That's going to wrap up our coverage for tonight. Thanks to everybody that was a part of these broadcasts. J.W. Madden, Priscilla Mugwa, for Glenn Howe and Calvin Ifan. My name is David Kelly. Once again, your final score: number 14 Kansas State 31, number 20, I should say, Arizona 7. Have a great night, everybody.
The one and only home of the Jim Rome Show. Rich Eisen and DK on the Sports Tip.
Oh, game on. Did I say that? Sorry. Game on.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Listening to The Good Shepherd.
Welcome in, everybody. This is David Shepherd on the Infinity Sports Network. It is always great to be with you, however and wherever you may be listening from. Of course, I am joined by Nico Scarlatos on the other side of the glass. It is always a privilege to be with you each and every Saturday morning. Now, if you hear a little bit of emotion in my voice right now, I've had a really difficult week. An even more difficult Friday for so many reasons. And I just wanted to say to everyone who listens to me every single Saturday, every single Sunday, and every time